This episode of the Debbie and Carrie Show is set between the race and being a witness and summer vacation miniseries.
Hey, Debbie. What do you want us to do today? Actually, before I hang out with you, I want to talk with at least one of your mothers. If you don't mind, Mrs. Sims? It's sort of a private matter. No problem. Come, walk with me. Carrie, wait for Lucy to come home. I will make dinner for you all when we return. So what's happening? I realized I was lesbian about a year ago, but so far Carrie and my mother are the only ones I've been able to talk to about my sexuality. That's why I was so glad to meet you and Lucy. I'm hoping you can help me. Sure, I can offer you advice. Ask me anything. The problem is that the only girl I could be intimate with is Carrie, and she says she is not lesbian, so I'm worried about hurting her if I insist on something from her she cannot give me. It is good that you recognize Carrie as an autonomous person. Anything you do with her, even sex, must be pleasurable to both of you. And I can tell you that I'd much rather she be with you than with any boy. Boys are far more likely to hurt her. And another girl cannot get her pregnant as well. You should understand that Carrie may actually be bisexual rather than straight. She actually told me that she wanted to make love with you last week, but she wasn't sure how that would affect you as friends. If she later breaks up with you to go with a boy, would you reject her? No, I wouldn't. My friendship with her is what matters, not what may be going on between our legs. Then that's all that matters to me. You are important to her and therefore to me and Lucy as well. If you formed a permanent couple with Carrie, I would be overjoyed, but ultimately it must be what you two want, not what I and Lucy would expect. So what do you want for dinner? We can have fried chicken or pizza. I'd like pizza. So what type of pizza do you usually eat? Pepperoni is my favorite topping. Mine too. I have a pair of 10s. I have 3 of a kind, they are 5s. I have only a pair of 4s. Then I win. I have 3 9s. That's my phone. Excuse me, please.
Hello, honey. How are you, your mother and James?
We are fine, Father. I'm visiting with Carrie and her mother's now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. Have you talked to Mother yet?
No, I don't want to bother her or James. You seem to be the only one that likes talking to me. The others are cold to me.
Well, you can't really blame them for that, can you? Being in this town because of you and Mother divorcing has been hard for us. I wish we were all still in Tulsa.
Well, you can always come to visit here and I will always have rooms for you in my home. No matter what happens between me and your mother, I still love you and James, and I respect Sandy as your and James' mother, even if I sucked at being her husband.
I hope to see you in a couple of months, then. The pizza is ready. Come eat. Okay. What's wrong, Debbie? I just wish you and Father were still together. And in Tulsa. Sometimes, I hate this town. When your father and I split, I took a chunk of his wealth for myself and you and James. I used that money to buy the house we live in now. And I do appreciate that. But things would still be better in Tulsa. You know as well as I did what ended the marriage. It was your father's fault. So I let him go. I can only hope that when you form your own relationships, you won't do what your father did.